Die Groot Ontbyt praat met JP Lou, Sanparke hoof van kommunikasie en woordvoerder oor die onlangse vloede in die Kreer-Wildtuin. JP, baie dankie vir jou tyd. Dis lekker om vinnig met jou te gesels. Ek wil hoor wat is die huidige omvang en skade, die impak van die swaar reën en vloede in die Kreer-Wildtuin veral die meer noordelike dele soos Letaba?
It's very difficult now to give very specifics. We're going to come to that after the fact. What we can indicate is that, you know, yesterday we had to take quite immediate action in Letaba. The water levels there now, we understand that have even exceeded where they were, around the 2000s as well. So we had to evacuate staff, we had to evacuate, I think there was about 8 more guests left there that we had to evacuate. We also now have a situation where there was flooding in Satara, in the residential parts of the staff specifically. So we've also done some evacuation there. And as you can appreciate, when there's no staff, service gets disrupted. So that camp also is closed at the moment. And as you were saying now correctly, the northern parts of Kruger is essentially inaccessible. We're only allowing very essential services and staff into the park as we speak right now, me and you, as well as those who have overnight stay in specific camps, Pretoria, Skop, Skukuza as well.
Okay. JP, die besluit om dagbesoekers tydelik te verbied is eintlik ongekend vir baie mense. Watter spesifieke veiligheidsrisiko's het Sanparke geïdentifiseer om hierdie stap dan noodsaaklik te maak?
At the end of the day, you know, we look at what capacity do we have currently as Sanparks. We also then look at all the risk factors that are at play, sort of like call it a risk mitigation strategy. So when we do that analysis, and every day we do a deep dive assessment of where are things at. We've set up our own disaster management team, also working with other teams throughout the province and some of our partners in the area, and sort of like call it a time frame that doesn't exceed 60 minutes. We do like a dipstick to check at all of the different places where things are at. So when we look at this situation, we just thought, you know, when you have guests that are day visitors coming in and out, all you are doing is also to add further pressure because this weather changes very drastically. You know, in some areas, 1 minute you're thinking the bridge is safe, the next minute it is not safe. So all we are doing really is just to limit the extent to which we can have extra risk, and so we can have better and more capacity to be responsive to what the situation demands from us at the moment.
JP, kan jy vir ons 'n bietjie meer inligting gee oor die ontruiming van die Letaba ruskamp? Hoe word gaste en personeel se veiligheid dan prakties bestuur tydens so 'n noodsituasie?
What happens is that ordinarily when the predictions are telling us that tomorrow or whatever period there'll be risk, we would want to evacuate the camp and advise guests to evacuate. In Letaba specifically, we unfortunately had an incident where about 8 guests, I think about 2 days ago when we asked them to evacuate, were not keen to leave the area. We let them stay the night. The next day, which was yesterday, like I said, the water levels had gone up even beyond the 2000 year levels, and there was no choice now. We had to literally just evacuate the whole camp, and with the staff as well, we use our helicopter where that it's needed. Where ground transport is possible, we do use that. But so it's aerial transport, it's ground transport that we use, and we can safely say that on the part of Kruger National Park, currently we've had no fatalities. And
that's great.
We're really very pleased with that.
We are happy for that. JP, die Phalaborwa hek is ook gesluit. Wat beteken dit vir besoekers wat reeds in die park is en hoe word daar met hulle gekommunikeer?
As I say that we do assessments daily. So in those rest camp where guests are, we require of them to please stay in those rest camp for the time being. Staff that is there is taking quite good care of them. We are not allowing really much movement in the northern parts of the park. It's impossible in any event to try and travel those parts. All the gravel roads are closed. You won't be able to access any of the gravel roads. So it means even if you try to be in the park to experience the park, your experiences will be quite limited as well. So, I mean, that's really essentially what we do from rest camp to rest camp. It's either it will be closed or the staff that's in there will be taking care of the guests that are in, and if the situation becomes as dire as in Letaba, or what we now even have at Satara, we do close the camp and evacuate.
Okay. JP, wanneer dink jy kan die publiek verwag dat dagbesoeke weer of se die toegang tot sekere dele weer oopgestel sal word en hoe hou julle die publiek op hoogte?
Dat is 'n bietjie van 'n moeilike vraag. Ek moet sê, maar dit hang af van die weer af, right? En die natuur self. So ons moet kyk dag na dag hoe dinge verander. En soos veranderinge inkom, kan ons seker maak dat almal weet waar is dinge. Wat ons seker maak elke dag is dat ons maak seker dat ons boodskappe uitstuur. Ons gebruik ons social media accounts, gebruik media, stuur ook media statements en so aan. So wat ons vra vir almal is, maak seker dat julle asseblief die SANParks social media rekeninge volg.
Ja. JP het ook vroeër genoem van 'n nommer indien besoekers hulle besprekings wil verander of skuif. Is dit moontlik?
Yes, so that's very possible. Because this is an act of nature or act of God, as others would say. I think it would be unfair to blame the visitors who made plans to come through to the park for this. So we made an arrangement where you can call 012-428-9111. That's 012-428-9111. Where then we will look at whether we can move your booking to another time. If that is not possible, talk about whether we do cancellation of reservation, and of course, make sure that people are reimbursed at no cost. So that's really what we encourage, that you call this reservation number yourself. The team itself, by the way, has also sought to call a number of the intended guests to the park as well. But if they haven't reached you, you also now have an opportunity to use that same number yourself.
Maak seker jy het vroegtydig gebel. JP, ons is amper klaar, maar ek wil net weet, baie Suid-Afrikaners het 'n baie diep emosionele verbintenis met die Kruger Wildtuin. Wat wil julle van SANParks se kant af vandag vir mense sê wat bekommerd is oor die veiligheid van die diere, die personeel en ook die gemeenskappe, nie noodwendig altyd in die park nie, maar om die park?
Yeah. Look, in terms of the communities, like I said, we work in partnership. So, you know, what happens, I mean, the communities form part of municipal land, provincial territory. We work very, very closely with each other, not just on this issue, but our way of work with each other. We're like a community. The private game reserves in the area, we all work sort of like as a community in a number of different areas. So it's been very easy to implement things through proper coordination. I mean, the Girionde border post and the Pafuri border post that are within Kruger National Park were closed by the Border Management Authority precisely because we coordinate with each other well about these sorts of things as well. So the community side, I'm quite happy to say that we do work very well there. We take quite pride in our own staff, quite concerned of their own safety. When we were doing lift-ups yesterday, for example, in Letaba, we were also doing so using our own helicopter, for example, to move our own staff, including even in Satara. So, and with the guests as well. But wildlife, animals, I think, are the greatest provided for in this process, by the way, because they have a natural ability to sense when something like this is going to happen, and then they move to safer ground. So we don't have a situation where really any of the wildlife has been badly affected. But of course, part of what we must say is when the water streams go up, the river streams go up, it means crocodiles are able now to have bigger grounds of moving around. So that's part of why we keep people away from these areas, because those are wild animals, you know. You don't want to bump into a crocodile unintended, or a hippo for that matter, which can equally be extremely dangerous.
Absolutely.
Animals. So,
ja. JP, net my laaste vraag, in tye soos hierdie waar mense se vakansieplanne, ons het nou gepraat, die ontwrigting daarvan, personeel soos jouself wat onder baie groot druk werk, hoe sorg SANParks vir die emosionele welstand van die span op die grond? Want ek dink dit is ongelooflik besig en aan die gang op hierdie oomblik daar.
Yeah, most definitely. Look, SANParks has itself a wellness division, right? Our human capital provisions provide for that. So we certainly look at how staff get impacted in that respect as well, in all of the work that we do, whether it's in this particular flood or in other respects as well. And of course, part of our management models are of such a nature that we'd expect the manager themselves to play their role in just doing an observation about how staff get affected. I have a boss myself who's a CEO, so she has some responsibility to at least look at am I doing well and try to see if interventions are needed to support me in this role, but also for me to the other colleagues and the rest of the other colleagues in the organization. But we do have a very firm wellness program, employee wellness program in place in SANParks that's also intended to take care of this sort of situations.
Dis goed om te hoor. JP, dis al van ons kant af. Baie sterkte met die harde werk wat julle doen en ons is bly om te hoor dat dit sover goed gaan, dat alles suksesvol is, al die planne wat julle aangepak het om mense en diere dan veilig te kry. Baie sterkte en ons kyk uit op julle blaaie, sosiale media bladsye en persverklaringe vir net enige terugvoer van julle kant af. Sterkte JP en dankie vir jou tyd.
Baie dankie ook vir die geleentheid.